Hi, my name is Laura Armfield. I'm a science teacher at Fuquay-Varina High School in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. I am talking today about Canvas and how I like to structure. And one of the things that I became really into when I started to learn Canvas, I was transitioning from Google Classroom, was organizing everything in modules. And I tell students it's their unit flow, it's the path they take when they start a unit to when they finish a unit. And so I decided to make everything unified. So the class I'm gonna talk about today is Earth Science, for example. And they start with the same sequence of events every single time, and they follow that path through every module. And then the next module looks exactly the same. So for instance, I start with a pre-assessment. They take that, and that is embedded as like a Google form. And then they start working through different elements, and I incorporate in, an engage activity, and then an explore activity, and an explain activity where they actually are, that's their notes, and that's what the information and the content they're taking. And then we do some applies or some evaluates, some different scientific skills we work into to make sure they're understanding. So when you look at the module, every single line is labeled, and what maybe it's called, what the lab might be about is different, or the content might be about is different, but everything is labeled the same kind of sequence of events for every unit we do throughout the whole course.
Okay, when I open this up, I can see my teacher's website. I can see what I'm supposed to be doing for that day. I open up a hyperdoc, and it has all of the links for everything that I'm supposed to be doing that day. I can go into modules, and I have all of the information for what I'm supposed to do in that unit my teacher planned out, so I can see everything that I'm supposed to do for the unit. And Canvas has these nice check bubbles, so anytime you have something that you need to do that needs to get checked off, you can go to the bubbles and you can check them off, and it's very easy, it's very simple, and very straightforward.
So one of the big tools I use, and this allows me to use all my Google know-how and I incorporate in with Canvas, is I do hyperdocs. So you can see it's labeled as that in the module, and students know that basically is everything we do for classwork, warm-ups possibly, exit ticket type activities, even homework could be all in one place. So you can do these as docs or slides, and I embed it right into the Canvas page because Google and Canvas work really well together, and I can just basically sync it. And this is called a cloud assignment. So then students open it and it just automatically is part of their drive. They don't have to make a copy and then move it to a folder. It just goes into their drive. When you open this up, it's full size, and you can see on the first page has kind of the overview of all the different skill sets we're going to be covering. You also see I've got some flashy GIFs and things like that to let kids get excited, or maybe it's about what we're learning about in that unit. A color code, so anything yellow they have to do on that slide, and this goes for if I use a slide set or a docs. And students then know if it's blue, it's something they're having as like a separate file that they have to submit on Canvas. And so this first unit this week, we've been really training them on what do we do here? What do we do here? Okay, how do we submit? And working on some of those Canvas skills. You can see that it just takes them through the learning. So we start with some maybe exploratory, engaging videos, then an explore. In our first unit, we were just getting to know each other. So I use icons like here's a video to play, here's an arrow to show, kind of pay attention to this. And again, the color coding. You can see I use these hands to stop, wait, something's going on here, and explain. They've got videos to watch. I also use this link. You'll see this chain link image because that helps students know that there's something to click here and there's a link available for them to use. And then it continues going through their different learning series. So at the end, I have them maybe go out and find other resources and then answer on the slides, or this one, they open up this assignment and they'll complete it and turn it in on Canvas. But all the directions and all the information for what they need to get started is right here in this hyperdoc, which again is housed on my Canvas page.
Today I'll be talking about the Canvas and how it helps with like organization and how you can find things in on your computer and your schoolwork. So I think it's pretty good. It's all laid out right there. You just click on like modules and it'll show you all your stuff, and it'll show you if it's done and if it's completed or if it's missing. And then if you go into like the hyperdoc and Some of it's got pictures and GIFs and stuff, which helps explain what each slide is about and what you're doing on there. And it's really neat and organized, and it's easy to follow, and it's good. It's all around. It's got a clean design, and it's easy to follow, and it helps with workflow.